Welcome to this brief guide on how to set up Badgr in your Canvas course. In order to do this, you're going to need two things. One is you're going to need to have a Badgr account so that you can create badges, which we'll go over in just a second. And also you're going to need to link that Badgr account to the Canvas course specifically that you want to use badges in. Now, Badgr is not a default app for use within Canvas. So we'll first need to look at how to connect that. So as you can see here, I've created just a simple test site to work with this in. And this is just the settings tab. So if you scroll down, we're currently in the settings menu. Once we're in the settings menu, we will move over to apps. And as you can see, that there are some of these default pre-installed applications, but we actually need to go into view app configurations in order to add an external app since it's not a default app. So this is the page that we're going to arrive at, where we're going to have to do some work that is not immediately obvious. So that's why we've created this guide. But the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you're adding your app by URL. This is how it recognizes specifically the Badgr platform as opposed to other different platforms. So we'll move from here over to Badgr, and I'll show you what it looks like to get the information you need from them. So to log into your UNCG Badgr account, you'll need to go to uncg.badgr.io. This will bring you to a page that looks like this. And the important thing is that you don't create a different account. So we want to avoid creating a separate account. What we want to do is we want to log in using our UNCG credentials, which are tied to a Google account. So you'll click to sign in with Google, and then you'll do your single sign in with just your normal UNCG credentials like you would for any other Google application. So don't worry if after you log on, your screen doesn't look exactly like mine. My account will have different abilities and privileges that yours won't. What we actually care about is up in this upper right-hand corner with this person icon. If we go and we scan down to app integrations, that's what we care about right now in terms of linking our account in Badgr to our Canvas course. So when we click on that, we'll see, you can see I've actually already added it, so I wouldn't necessarily need to do these steps for a course. But for you, your main concern is going to be going into this Canvas LTI option and seeing these three things, which is something that we saw in our own Canvas course when we went to add it to our Canvas course. So the three things are a consumer key, a shared secret, and a configuration URL. And you can copy each one of these in turn and move them back into that Canvas course. So I will do quickly copy one of these and show you what it looks like to move it into the Canvas course. All right, so we're back in Canvas, back on that Add App page that we were in before. And all I have to do is, I had copied that consumer key in Badgr. All I have to do is paste that consumer key into Canvas and then repeat that step for the shared secret and the configuration URL. Once I've done that, I can add a simple name like Badgr just to name the app for Canvas so that it recognizes it. And then all I have to do is submit. And then that app is added to my Canvas course. You'll see it applied here as an external app option. And now we can go back into our navigation and make sure that it's there as well. And so all we do for that is we go up to navigation still in our settings menu, as you've probably done many different times to manage things within your Canvas course. Here you see I have far too many. different options, but if we scroll down, badges has now been added to the settings navigation, and as well we can see it now in our left-hand bar. And now that it's added to our Canvas course, we can start attaching badges to the different modules within our Canvas course, and we simply do that by clicking on this new tab that we have. Now again, yours will look slightly different from mine because you do not have access to the same types of issuers that I may have. But as you can see, our office, the Teaching Innovations Office, already has an assigned issuer that I've attached to this particular course. You'll have to attach a particular issuer to the course, and you won't have ready-made badges like we do for our Diversity EDU programming, for example. But what that looks like is I've simply removed that from the course, and now I can go back and add Diversity EDU as a badge that exists in our Badgr account for the Teaching Innovations Office. Hopping back to our Badgr interface, I'll show you briefly what it looks like to create an issuer that you can then use to issue badges within your course. So as you can see here, we have the Teaching Innovations Office issuer that we've created for badges that come out of our office. But you can also see up here in the upper right-hand corner, there is a simple Create Issuer button. You then have the option to add an image as we have to your issuer, but if it's just within a course, you may not necessarily feel the need to do so. And then you'll be asked to fill in a few details that will help create the issuer, but it's a fairly simple process, and then you just create the issuer. You'll want to set up your own email address, obviously, as the issuer as well. But that's the simple process to do that, and once you're able to do that, then you can start creating badges and assigning them to the different modules within your Canvas course. And then one final thing, just to show you what it looks like to create that badge once you are ready to do so. Here we've hopped into our issuer, the Teaching Innovations Office, and then there's the simple create a badge option here on the right side of the screen. So once we click on that, we'll be given a similar interface to the creating an issuer tab, but this is now specifically looking at how to create a badge. So unlike with the issuer, a badge image is required, but you don't have to create your own images. You are welcome to do so, and you can just upload them by dragging them and dropping them here. But it also has a built-in interface by which we can build a badge. This I would recommend, when you're just getting started, there's no reason not to use some of their simple interface options in order to customize a badge. But if you get into it and are planning on using these for multiple semesters, then you can start thinking about finding other ways to build your own badges. But it's pretty simple and easy to get started in terms of building the badge and then attaching it to your course in Canvas.